Hey guys, it's Paul, and I wanted to talk about a couple of things. I saw this post here for website hosting. I don't know who this guy is. He's been around a long time, but he just doesn't post much, so I'm not familiar with who he is. But he had some questions in regard to a website. And then at the bottom here, Eric said he used Squarespace. So, and I'm not trying to beat up Eric in this video, but I'm trying to do my best to help the community understand the websites and how they work and the structure and all that sort of thing. So that's the goal here. So Eric said he's used Squarespace, and the reason why he likes it is because it helped him make a website for little to no money. Well, I don't know how much Squarespace charges. He got the website up and rolling, and it looks okay. He's happy with it, and boom, 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 everybody's happy. The problem with that is this. There's a lot more to websites than just typing up some content, throwing some pretty pictures up on a website or on the, on the CMS, and boom, you've got a website and you're going to make $1 million. It just doesn't work that way. So I want to walk you through kind of the differences between a Squarespace site and a site that I build and a site that any web designer builds. So here we go. So the first thing first is let's talk about the average load time of a website. And so here it is. And if I go here, I just open this up very quickly. I don't know what's going on here. Why am I? Oh, you know why? Because I got something on my keyboard here. So let's go right here. A web page should ideally take 1 second to load to give the users the feeling that they can navigate freely. And 1 to 2 seconds is really kind of the standard. You want that site to open in 1 to 2 seconds. At 10 seconds, by this point, the user has noticed the delay and no longer feels in control. After this period, the user's mind will wander and they will more often than not leave the website. And we've all been through that, right? You go to a website and it's a little laggy, it just doesn't open, and you're like, you know what, I don't know what's about to happen on the other side of this thing, so let me just click away and I'll just go to somebody else's website. So that's the first thing. The second thing is being able to be found. And if guys have had conversations with me on the phone, I tell them, listen, if you don't do something to make your website found, to be known to the public, you might as well take your business card out of your pocket, walk off into the Yosemite National Forest and staple that son of a bitch to a tree, because nobody's ever going to find it. There are 1 billion websites, literally 1 billion. There aren't so many by you, but there are 1 billion out there, and Google is not going to, if they don't have any information about your site, and if you don't know how to give them that information about your site, you're simply not going to rank. So let's go ahead and go through the examples. So there's a tool that we use that's called Pingdom. And that gives us some information about how quickly the site loads. So again, we're talking about Utter and Associates. The site looks fine, right? I mean, you're looking at it and you're like, it looks like a good site. There's a lot of content, some nice images, yada, 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 right? So let's go here. This is a site that I just completed maybe a couple months ago for a group of guys over in Minnesota. Let's not even look at the grade. Let's look at the load times and the page size. Those are the two most important numbers that we're going to discuss today. So a smidge over 2 seconds and 1.3 meg. Let's go to another one. This is CC Cantech. Again, so this one is loading in under a second, and the page size is 2.5 meg. And then this one is Utter and Associates. It is loading in 10 seconds, and it is 110 meg. So let me go back. This one is 2. This one is 1.3. This one is 100. Now, knowing that Google uses speed as a ranking factor, we're going to have a problem here. So I did a little research before I started the video just so that we know, and excuse me, and Eric is in Seattle. So I'm going to go to his website. I'm going to go to his website here, and he designs thoughtful video systems for broadcast, government, and education. So I'm going to say video systems for government, Seattle. And that should be enough. If we've done what we're supposed to be doing, this should be enough. So I'm just going to scroll down. Avidex, that may be, right? So he's not there. And he's not on page 2. And quite frankly, you guys know as well as I do, if you're not on page 1, in fact, if you're not what we refer to as above the fold, which is from here to here, it just doesn't matter. Nobody's really going to scroll way down here. But let me give it another crack, and I'm going to say he is an AV system integration company specializing in facility design. I'm going to take this as a keyword, and then I'm going to slap Seattle on the back of it. And that should, at that point, we should show up. So if I scroll down, so here he is, Utter and Associates. Now, who's going to type this in? AV System Integration Company specializing in facility design. So how about we do AV System Integration Company for businesses. Let's see, so AV System Integration Company for business, because that's I guess a person would look for that, right? A prospective customer would look, okay, we need an AV system for our business. So we're scrolling, and we're not there. So how about we do AV company for business in Seattle. And we're scrolling, and there's, right, he's not showing up. So now, here's the problem. How good is the Squarespace website? If you can't be found, you might as well not have the website, right? So whatever you've paid, however much money Squarespace has charged you, it's too much because nobody can find the site unless you tell them, hey, go to Utter Associates. So for conversation's sake, let's go JB Media. Hold on. I'm going to do home theater installation in, they are in Burnsville, Minnesota. And here we are, right? He's in the box. So I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do Fusion Point. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm going to do home theater installation, Macon, Georgia. And again, he's in the box. And I will do, I'm just trying to think of, I guess I can do mine. Web design for AV business, and I am right here. So let's see. I'm just trying to think of another one. Okay, so sorry about that. My dryer went off, caused a major brouhaha in the house. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to say home theater installation in Owensboro, Kentucky, and this is C Cantech, right? This is a brand new site, by the way. This site, maybe a month or so old. And let's check another brand new one in a bit of a more competitive market. And that is right here, right? This is another one of mine. So it's showing up. It's starting to climb. Now, so let's talk about this as far as how small companies like, smaller companies that have small budgets are going to rank. You're never going to rank, very rarely, above these companies. Home Advisor, Yelp. I don't know much about this, HD Installers, Angie's List. These guys have millions of dollars to throw at this, and you simply don't. The way you can climb is by, and I'll use JB Media as an example. Let's see, home theater, installation, Burnsville, Minnesota. So this is the way you can rank here and get in these boxes, is by getting Google reviews. So that is the difference between a website that you have done yourself and saved a couple of dollars on, no doubt, and a website that is constantly being tweaked and worked on to gain as much traction as it can on the first page. And then as we scroll down, so we've got this, right? And as we scroll down, we have JB Media here. We might have maybe one or two more. How about if we do one more? We'll do home theater installation in the Villages. And this is like a specific community in Florida. And I'm going to scroll down, and so here is another one, right? And then if we pop this open, let's see where he is ranking. Here he is right here, right? So he's actually the fourth one. So the difference, Bob's TV has 9 reviews. These 3 or these 2 other guys don't have any reviews. This is Tom Groom's website, by the way. If Tom got 1 review, he would be in the 2nd spot. He would move from the 4th spot to the 2nd spot simply because of that review. I cannot stress enough to you guys the importance of getting Google reviews. So now I don't want to take this video too long. So that's the difference, right? So you got 1 meg, you've got 2 meg-ish, 2.5 meg, or 100 meg. And this is from the images. The images are far too big for the website. And so those are things that, it's just like you guys. If a homeowner said, "Hey, I did this install myself," man, your head would start spinning. You're like, "Oh my God, I'm about to walk into a shitstorm over there," right? It's the same concept, and I think that I charge and I'm not trying to sell anything, but I think that I charge, and most web designers charge, a fair fee for the service that they provide. And I'm just trying to give you guys a good understanding of, what that is and why it's important. So hopefully this helps some guys. And if you guys have any questions, shoot me an email. I'm generally in front of my computer. Have a good night.